What's going on, guys? MultiKillsHD here, as most of you guys probably already know. So guys, in this video today I want to go ahead and talk about something that I feel is very important, because right now there's a lot of people speaking out about it on Twitter, there's a lot of YouTubers making videos on this, and there's a lot of people putting the blame on the wrong people. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So if you guys aren't familiar, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare started to trend with variants and guns. Variants where you could get the same gun that they already had in the game, which you could already use, but they had a little bit better skins on them. They had a little bit better looks to them, and they overall had either some kind of perk, whether it had more range with a certain scope on it, they had more damage, they had a special attachment, whatever the case was, that you could not get unless you had the certain variant of guns. So this kind of started the trend that started all this. So that was what happened in Advanced Warfare. So during Black Ops 3, we came out with supply drops. Now, supply drops were a whole next level for Activision. So it still had the variant feel, don't get me wrong, where you could get guns that have a little bit better camos on them or whatever the case is. And if you had some of these guns, they were considered rare. Now, during Advanced Warfare, a lot of the downfall of the actual game itself was it was kind of an advantage. I'm not even gonna say kinda, it was an advantage if you got like a certain gun. I remember playing the game like 6 months after release in Advanced Warfare, and I got one of the best gun variants, and I was unstoppable. There was nobody that could touch my guns, you know? You either had the gun, you did well, or you didn't have the gun, you were at a disadvantage, and that's how Advanced Warfare really did just turn out, and there was no getting around that. So during Black Ops 3, they came out with guns with the same concept. The only difference was you could buy these. If you wanted to use real money, you could go ahead and use real money to get the crypto keys instead of earning them within games, since, for example, you get 5 a game at most. Instead of getting the 5 a game at most, you could just straight out just buy 13,000 of them for $99. People have been doing this. People still are doing this. So this is something that is getting concerning, because Call of Duty is starting to turn into pay to win. And some people will go ahead and argue the crypto keys you earn really give no advantage like they did in Advanced Warfare. And the people that say that, I honestly think are absolutely crazy. The crypto keys are unstoppable on Black Ops 3. Sure, you have a lot harder chance to get some of the variants, which do a lot of work on the game. With that being said, you know, there's certain guns, like the MK Grand on the game, that is 2-shot anywhere on the body, but the only downfall to this gun is you cannot do reloads. You just have to go through your entire clip before it's out. Before you can get a new clip, you have to use every single bullet in the clip, and then it will reload itself. That's one of the only downfalls, but the damage it puts out is nothing you have seen before. 2-shot anywhere, and the 2 shots are very rapid. If you have that gun, extreme advantage. Now, there's things on the game such as baseball bats, weapons such as knives. There's a sword that you run around with. Those aren't really the main focus I'm focusing on. Those are just cool. Those I have no problem with being in supply drops, outside of the fact that you almost have to pay $50 to $100 to even get some of these usually, which is really the only downfall. I don't really think that you should be paying to get weapons on the game that are that expensive. In terms of you only paid $60 for the game, you shouldn't be paying $600 to even $900 some people have spent on the game to get certain variants of guns that you want, such as, you know, the baseball bat people run around with, the wrench, the sword. Some people have put $900 into this game to get some of these, and if you look at that in terms of the game price to how much you've paid to get some of these weapons, you know, some people are looking at, you know, up to $100 to even get some of these guns, which is kind of ridiculous. Back in the COD 4 Modern Warfare 2 days, it was all about gun skill, and that's what made the game competitive. You didn't have all of these gun variants and things like that. Every single public match, it was basically your skill versus their skill, not based on how much money they spent in the game, how much they have as a gun advantage over yours just because of a supply drop, or anything along those lines. It was just straight up, everybody had the same weapons, pick your poison. And that's how everything like that at least went down for several years. Until Advanced Warfare, and now we're at Black Ops 3. My biggest problem is there's pistols that one-shot. Sure, they only have 2 bullets in each one. It's like playing one in the chamber where the gun would one-shot every time. Those are on the game. If you put dual wield, sure, you have 4 shots that are out. However, when you mix some of these guns like the MK Grand and you mix the pistols that can just sit there and one-shot you with each bullet, it becomes a problem because you no longer have just one advantage. You straight up have 2. And my cousin Cherry Seaweed went into a game of Search and Destroy the other day with the MK Grand and the pistols, and let me go ahead and just put the clip on the screen for you guys right now. And that clip may not be the best, sure, if you play TDM or something, but we're playing Search and Destroy, and with ease, as you guys can see in this clip. 2 bullets, very quick, very fast, and it's just dropping them, and there's nothing that they can do. So, you know, in a lot of ways, the Marshall 16 pistols and the MK Grand can do a lot of damage, and it's very hard to counter these, which is kind of scary because, you know, it's not pay to win yet, but we're starting to get to the point where some of these weapons and these supply drops are being able to compete with the CUDA and things like that. We just came out with the MP40 again, which is the worst variant of the World at War one, which was completely unstoppable back in the day. But it's a very cool gun. It's very good, but it's not great. And I think that we're getting very close to starting to push that line of, is it too overpowered or is this susceptible? And it's starting to really make me really concerned with the future of Call of Duty because not only are the gun variants starting to become a problem where it's starting to become more pay to win, a lot of people are buying supply drops. And when a lot of people are buying supply drops, it's kind of making it, you know, the thing that Activision can go back on and just start doing over and over and over again. They can say, well, a lot of people bought supply drops, we've made a lot of money from supply drops. Nobody really seems to have a problem with it because a lot of players are buying it. So here you guys go, more supply drops. If you guys want to pay the money, here you guys go. If you guys don't, then don't buy it. And that's not really a good practice to get into because when we do that, we run into the problem of every person that plays Call of Duty in the future being expected, if they want to go ahead and get every one of the guns or every one of the variety of weapons that they have in the game, to spend money. That's what it's going to come down to. Or spend a ton amount of time on this game to even get some of the weapons if they get lucky. And that's not really, like I said, that isn't what Call of Duty is to me. Call of Duty is a shooter game, not something that you go on and spend a ton of money on to even be able to compete with other people on Call of Duty. It's supposed to be, in my opinion, and a lot of other people in this community, gun skill. If you're good at Call of Duty with gun skill, then you should be rewarded with a lot of kills in games, or doing well in Call of Duty. Not based on your weapon variant of how good your gun is and how you guys got it out of supply drop, and that's the reason that you're winning games. And that's not something that I want to see happen to Call of Duty because it's not a good direction to head into. And another thing is a lot of people on Twitter are hating on David Vonderhaar and the developers. And the problem with that is the people that aren't hosting these tournaments, the people that aren't doing all these supply drops, the people that we need to point the fingers at for all of these problems in Black Ops 3 right now, aren't the developers. It is the people in charge of the developers, which is Activision. The reason we don't have many tournaments at all on Black Ops 3 is because of Activision. Not the people who are on Twitter. Usually the people at Activision don't even have a Twitter. You have no voice to these people almost. That is the problem that I see it all over my timeline, people blaming Vonderhaar for being the reason that supply drops exist. In any company's eye, all they want to do is make money, and to make money, they're going to do their own ways. Vonderhaar probably didn't co-sign on any of the supply drops or any less tournaments than they have in years past, but it's going to happen anyways because Activision is a company and nobody's doing a thing about it. Sure, it's great that we're voicing our opinion, but honestly, don't expect a whole lot of things to change. It's on the people to make the change, so don't buy supply drops, don't support Call of Duty in any money ways other than just buying the game. That's all I'm saying. DLC, Season Pass, that's fine. Just don't buy supply drops. It's showing a bad message. It's showing them that it's okay to keep doing things like this. And not only is it showing them that hey, we'll actually pay more money than what the game is just in supply drops to get guns inside the game, but we're also showing them that we're supporting what they're doing with the direction of Call of Duty, which is terrible. So whatever you do, don't buy supply drops. With the tournaments being lack of this year, just continuously voicing your opinion on Twitter, and hopefully, if we target the right people on Twitter, maybe we can get that changed too. But anyways, guys, like I said in this video, supply drops are going to be the end of Call of Duty, at least in my eyes. It's not going to be the end of Call of Duty as a series or a franchise. It's always going to be continuing as Call of Duty. It's so big to the point now, it's going to be very, very near impossible to even take down Call of Duty. However, Call of Duty as a game can definitely change a lot, and I don't like the way it's changing right now. This isn't the Call of Duty I signed up for years ago. But anyways, guys, just wanted to voice my guys' opinion. What's your guys' opinion? Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Do you guys feel that supply drops are a good idea? Do you guys feel that there's been an extreme lack of tournaments on Black Ops 3 and a whole handful of problems that still haven't been getting fixed? Do you guys think that buying these weapons is not pay to win, or do you guys think it is pay to win? Let me know in the comment section below. But until next time, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name, of course, is MultiKillsHD. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, I'm MultiKillsHD, and I'm out. Peace.